welcome to the channel. I am Say Hi Paul, and welcome to this 1500 point narrative game of Warhammer 40,000 9th edition between the Night Lords and the Fulminators. So today on the channel we return to the planet of Archimedes IX. But before we jump into all the delicious narrative that we are about to consume together, a little bit of housekeeping as usual. Regular viewers can spool on about 2 minutes, should you so desire. So if you're new to the channel, just a few things to make you aware before you commit any valuable time to watching this video. My videos all have a certain style about them. They are very much, they have the look and feel of come and join me in my garage for a game on Friday night. Very low production values, very low editing values. This is just me having a game of 40k and inviting you to join me. I also ramble a lot. I go off on wild tangents, often about the game, sometimes not, and the narrative and all those good things. Also, these games are played against myself. I play both armies, and I do my very best to play each turn as it comes and not think too far ahead, and try and play both sides evenly and fairly. Sometimes I miss things, which is all right because I let myself go back. More often than not, when it's appropriate, I give and take with myself. That's a sentence that's meant other things. I make it fair. Well, you can work out for yourself whether you think it's fair. The last thing to mention, I don't know why I'm hitting my notepad to tell you this, is that here on the channel we use a number of house rules, which I will briefly nip through what they are. Now, there is a video about house rules in the library, so if you want to know more details about why I do what I do, feel free to go there and have a look. But the short version is, I don't apply the +1 limit on dice roll modifiers. I allow characters to charge with units. So if you have a character and a unit, or characters and a unit that are in coherency with each other, and both targets, they're all going to charge the same target or targets, I make one dice roll, and they either all succeed or all fail. Then everything goes back to normal. I don't use command point rerolls, and I don't limit the number of uses of a stratagem in a single phase, and I don't use reinforcement points. There are some other ones, but they probably won't come into it. The most important rule I have is I apply what I like to call narrative common sense. If, whilst I'm playing, I find something narratively jarring, if I don't think that's how it would happen, I change it. And that's all to help the flow of the story. As far as I'm concerned, we're playing out what's happening rather than playing a sort of a competitive game, if that makes sense. So, if those sorts of things don't sound like they're your cup of tea, then this probably isn't for you. Thank you for getting this far, but you probably won't enjoy this if you don't like the sound of any of that. Still here? Splendid. Okay, so Archimedes IX. This is a planet on the edge of the fiefdom of Ultramar, at the outer reaches. This is an industrial planet with a valuable output. I know it might not look like it from all the broken down buildings and overgrown shrubbery. But, you know, planets are very large. Different districts are abandoned and moved on from. This happens to be an overgrown, derelict district near one of the industrial centres, an area that something led to its demise. Therefore, it demised. I'm gonna have to check that. I'm not quite sure which that is. And on this planet, the Night Lords and the Fulminators have been waging a bitter war that has swung to and fro. The Fulminators are part of the Indomitus Crusade fleet. The Fulminators are a fleet-born chapter, and it is a relatively small contingent of the Fulminators that are in orbit above this planet, which the Night Lords don't necessarily know. Equally, the Night Lords are running quite low on supplies, which the Fulminators don't necessarily know. So each has to give each other the respect, as it were, of not knowing the other is bluffing. Well, they're not bluffing, but both sides are ground down with relatively few reserves to draw on. And there have been sort of alpha strikes from orbit. There have been fights over resources. There have been ambushes. There have been assassination attempts. Some of the previous games are on public YouTube. Some of the others are in the members area, exclusive for channel members. If you're interested in those, check out the link below, and they're there in the members area. I think there are either one or two that are in the members area. I think it might just be the one, actually. The others are on public YouTube, like this one, which if you're watching, you know. What else? So, yes, it has ebbed and flowed, and both sides have effectively, they force each other to a standstill, and they're tired, they're fatigued, they've all been through woundings and healing comas more times than they care to recount. And these Marines, well, they're all Marines, these loyal Marines, these heretic Marines are all they're all suffering from campaign fatigue. And for a long time now, they've forced each other to skirmishes, neither one trying to commit to an all-out assault after their respective previous successes and failures. Until today. Until today, the standoff is going to be broken. And one side is making a push, the other side is responding. And as if by magic, we have today's objectives. So we're using open war cards. So the objective is standoff. We place one objective marker in the middle of the table. Objective markers there from cromlech.eu/deploymentzone.tv. And when we've determined deployment zones, each player will place one objective in their deployment zone. Now we're using table quarters, so this will be a deployment zone, that'll be a deployment zone. And each side will get to place their own objective marker, but not within 6 inches of the outside. So they haven't actually got a huge area to place them in. Sort of that much. Not a lot. But not a lot, but not a lot. And the points are scored thusly. At the end of each battle round, you gain a number of points if you control each objective. You gain 1 point for your own objective, 2 points for the middle objective, or 3 fat points for your opponent's objective. At the end of the game, the side with the most points has won and has gained the advantage over the other, and then will start rolling on towards their, well, not towards their base, but they'll gain an advantage and they'll have the momentum for what is to follow next. And the twist, representing the fact that these armies have fought themselves bitterly to a standstill for a long period of time. All models subtract 1 strength characteristic of all models. I'm going to change this subtly and just make it infantry, which penalises one side more than the other, because one side has vehicles and the other side doesn't, but it doesn't make any sense for vehicles to be tired as far as I'm concerned. So yes, just to infantry. And it feels like I'm missing some crucial information. But maybe I'm not. If I am, I will go through it as I go along. Hopefully, I will go through it as I go along. If not, you may have to infer for yourself. Okay, right. Let's have a look at the armies. And here we have circa 1,500 points of Fulminators. Right, first things first. It's a patrol. Well, it is a patrol. It isn't a patrol. It's technically an outrider, but I'm not paying any points for it. And that's because this is a narrative game, and I'm taking 10 heavy support, 10 close support, and 20 line infantry, it is only because of the fact that the codex, the army book, forces me to split these into 2 that it counts as 3 fast attack. If I was loading up on like 20, 30 fast attack marines and vehicles, I would absolutely be paying the points for an outrider. But no competitive tax on my narrative army. Hashtag. It's 12 command points. For the army, we have... I've just kind of gone through what it is, haven't I? Okay. 2 units of 10 intercessors. Equipped WYSIWYG. There are some grenade launchers here somewhere on first squad. I think... he's got one. If the model's got a grenade launcher, it's got a grenade launcher. There's definitely 1 or 2. I can never remember which squads have got them on. Only 1 on that unit. What about these guys? No. 1. So they've got 1 in each unit. No special weapons on the Sarges because these units were put together back when they weren't a thing. I will eventually get round to doing some snipping, chopping, gluing, upgrading, but not for yet. We also have the 10 close support marines. 4 mounted in with jump packs as inceptors, and 6 as outriders, as 2 units of 3. Some of the veterans, the more veteran warriors in the squad, nominated as squad leaders to step up to coordinate the individual units, marked with their red helms there. Then we have the 10 close support marines. No, 10 fire support marines, heavy support. As it's 9th squad, 9th squad Hellblasters. 3 have disconnected to temporarily form 19th squad Eradicators. Very irritatingly, just as I started painting these, I noticed in the book that you can have more than... Well, it is irritating, and it's not. I hate units of 3. I want to be able to take them in multiples of 5, because that's the size units of Marines come in. The thing that's annoying is I've only just noticed in the codex that you can take more than 3. So obviously I've whacked some of those in the basket, so this will be a unit of 5 eventually. But for now, it is just the 3. But 10 heavy support Marines. Okay, characters. The army is led by Lieutenant Thessalon. He is the warlord. His warlord trait is Imperium Sword, giving him reroll charges, +1 strength, +1 attack on the charge. He also has the relic, the Burning Blade, which is super cutty. It's the Burning Blade may well be older than some of the Night Lords that they're actually facing. It's one of the only artifacts found in the part of the wreck of one of Horus's command ships. Everything else was entirely corrupt, but that blade exuded the Emperor's power and energy, and it stayed utterly pure. And it can cut through adamantium like a hot knife through butter. So that is Lieutenant Thessalon. I may get the pronunciations wrong. Oh no, I showed behind the velvet curtain. Whoops. I'm not reading, honest. It's a trick of the light. Second in command is Librarian Lassimus, who is currently attached to the 2nd Company. Oh yeah, this is the 2nd Company. And he has... His 2 psychic powers are Veil of Time and... I can't read my own writing. And Psychic Fortress. So Veil of Time is a buff that can be cast within 18 inches to allow reroll advances and charges, and grants always strikes first in combat. And Psychic Fortress is an aura that gives a 5+ invulnerable save. Then we have the Company Apothecary Strabon, who has nothing special and no kit, but he has a bunch of stratagems now. And I believe he now gives a feel no pain effect to models nearby. So, I haven't determined deployment zones yet, but I will do. And whichever one they'll pick, obviously they'll deploy place an objective counter. I don't need to do that yet. We're doing the army overview. Not that far along. So that is circa 1,500 points of Fulminators. Lots of units here I have not used before. I've either not used in 9th edition, or not used in this campaign, or not used, period. My members of channel members will have seen my my work in progress pictures of me painting the Outriders and the Eradicators and some more of the Hell Blasters even this week. And I teased them a picture tonight, like 10 minutes ago, saying, "Oh, this should be on YouTube tomorrow, but I haven't filmed it yet." Oh, I'm rambling again. Rambling. Right, let's look at the Night Lords before I dribble off in an entirely different direction. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the chapter traits of the Fulminators. They have Bolter Fusillade to reroll 1s to hit with bolter weapons, and Preferred Enemy Traitors to reroll 1s to hit against traitors in the fight phase. And here are the traitors. Here are the Night Lords. Night Lords 53rd Talon. Okay, so what are we looking at? Ooh, where to start? Okay, this force is led by, for the first time, Talon Master Narivok Mogaris, which I really like the model, but the trophies on his helmet are such weird colours, they make him look a bit odd from above. Looks great from straight on, or from behind with his blood-drenched skin cloak, but from above, it's a bit weird, purple and green. Yeah, that's going to take some getting used to. So it's led by Talon Master Mogaris. He's a Chaos Lord in Terminator armour. He has a Storm Bolter, and he has the Flayer, which is a Night Lord Chaos Artifact. +1 strength, -3 AP and 2 damage. But the number of models killed count as double for the purposes of morale, which, when these rules were written in 8th ed, that was gross! Now, it's just kind of nice. But even so, he's always been intended to have the Flayer, so he's got it. His Warlord trait is Killing Fury, which gives him plus D3 attacks on Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi, you know Chi-Chi. Charged, heroic intervention. CCHI, Chi-Chi. Okay, I'll stop that. It won't stick. His second in command on this mission is Vinkov, the Talon Champion. We use the Exalted Champion stats for this guy. Now, he is a member of First Claw, so normally he wouldn't be here on his own, acting independently. But First Claw isn't involved in this operation, and the Talon Master has ordered his champion to lead the ground forces. Obviously, the Talon Master will be teleporting in, but he is to lead the assault. So he is away from First Claw and leading this this action. He has Power Fist and Plasma Pistol. Okay, so what else are we looking at? Well, 5 Terminators of the Atramentar. They will be going wherever Mogaris is going, as well, they were Night Haunter's sworn bodyguards, and upon his death, they each swore fealty to a Talon Master to guard and protect him in the way that they previously guarded and protected the Night Haunter. So they are with him. Right, now we come on to the claws, or squads, for those of you who don't speak the lingo. The claws. So, from left to right, in the 53rd Talon, we have Second Claw, which is a 5-man unit of Chaos Space Marines, missile launcher, power axe on the champion, and a combination of bolters and chainswords. Fourth Claw is a unit of Havocs. The champion has a plasma gun, we've got an autocannon, a heavy bolter, and 2 Reaper chain cannons. A Rhino behind them there, Rhino transport. Then along to 5th Claw, which is a 10-man claw. Again, a combination of chainswords and bolters. Power Fist on the Talon Master, on the claw leader, melter gun and heavy bolter. And last but not least, we have 8th Claw, another 10-man unit, chain axe and plasma pistol on the claw leader, plasma gun and autocannon, and a combination of bolters and chainswords. Behind them, we have the Contemptor Dreadnought, Amethyst the Depraved, the former Claw leader of 7th Claw. Of all of the Dreadnoughts, all of the Walking Tormented in the 53rd Talon, he is the most stable and sane, which isn't saying much. So he has been selected as support for the... I say selected, the others are either engaged elsewhere or knackered, being fixed up by the Tech Marines and Dark Mechanicus as we speak. Then we have a single pack of the Raptor Cult of the Bloodied Maw. These are the Flesh Chewers. Power Fist and Plasma Pistol on the champion. Plasma Pistol on one, Melter Gun on another. 10-man unit there. And that is 1,500 points, give or take, of Night Lords of the 53rd Talon. Now, a few things to mention. As regular viewers will be aware, since the advent of the new Space Marine Codex, in which they gave all first-generation Marines an extra wound, ever since that point, all of my Chaos armies, of which there are many, in fact, I'm fighting an entire campaign of Chaos versus Chaos, a lot of which are in the channel members area, known as the War of the 10 Legions. But I digress. Since that point, all of these models I've given them an extra wound. I did do some number crunching and work out roughly what the increase was in the Space Marine Codex in order to enable the extra wound, and then applied a similar Damn it. Get back in place and stand up. Be more gravitationally cooperative. So when I say this is circa 1,500 points, I do mean it's roughly 1,500 points. The Fulminators have got a little bit more. These guys have been uplifted to take account of the fact that these all have an extra wound. I didn't go through the Archimedes. The Archimedes Terminators. One guy's got power claws. One guy's got a Reaper autocannon. There's 2 combi melters, 1 combi plasma, and everyone else has got a power fist or a chain fist. Yeah. Also, filming this just after the Death Guard Codex has come out. If I was using a different Dreadnought, I'd be using the Dreadnought rules and the possessed stat lines, but they're not featuring in this game. So I don't even know why I mentioned it. I know why I mentioned it. It's to anchor it in a point of time for you. So when you're watching this, you know the Space Marine Codex has come out, the Death Guard Codex has come out, but nothing else has. Everything else we're using the 8th Ed stuff. Okay. Oh, yes, one thing I forgot to mention is I've spent a command point on an extra Hellforged artifact, and Vinkov, the Talon champion, has the Stormbolt Plate artifact, which gives him a 2+ save, and he always counts as being in cover. Very handy, considering the Night Lords have some stratagems that apply when they're in cover. And I think that is everything I need to tell you. Nothing to see here. That I need to tell you about the Night Lords, roughly 1,500 points. So now I'm going to do some dicing off for picking table quarters and placing objectives, and I will get back to you after deployment. And here we are after deployment. Both sides opting to put their objective in a ruin. Kind of makes sense, right? They've got a makeshift base, forward operations. They'll probably have supplies. They might have comms. Also, they're good firing positions. So, the intercessors are guarding theirs, and 8th Claw are guarding this one. Everyone seems to have their eye on the centre objective, understandably, because it is worth 2 points. The question is whether anyone will try and push for their opponent's objective, or whether the fight will just be over the centre of the board. So the Night Lords are effectively approaching the enemy in the lee of this ruin. It is a single ruin, therefore cannot be seen through. What I am going to say is, realistically, if units can see over, and I don't think realistically this can, but, however, I don't know if they're in range or not, but I'd say that these guys can shoot those guys in that building over there and vice versa, because this isn't tall enough to stop that. But that's a minor ism. So in the centre we have got the Contemptor, second claw and fourth claw, along with the Talon Champion. And fifth claw is in that Rhino, looking to push forward. Couldn't get everything into the lee of the building. The Fulminators, on the other hand, have a fairly standard central anchor approach with 10 intercessors in that crater, giving them additional armor save, supported by the Apothecary to help patch them up when they get injured. The Hellblasters a bit further back to lay down withering fire onto the enemy. Upon the sight of the enemy armour, the Eradicators have taken up position in this building to lay fire down in whichever direction is appropriate. One unit of Outriders on either flank, ready to ride out, and the Librarian and the LT in the centre to support the forward push. Both of these guys reasonably tricked out for combat. So it looks like both sides are looking to make a forward push for the central objective. Fulminators have the Inceptors in reserve. The Night Lords have the Raptors, the Terminators, and the Chaos Lord. So it will be interesting to see as the battle goes on where those reserves will be committed and where the focus of the fight goes. Because taking your opponent's objective is the big prize, right? Because that's 3 points a turn. If you can get that for even a turn, that's big points over and above the rest of the battlefield, especially over your own objective. But in each case, it's risky. The Fulminators haven't got as much they can throw forward. Everything else is on foot. The Fulminators have maybe got the 10 fast attack Marines, the 6 bikes, and the 4 Inceptors that can do something over here. Night Lords, on the other hand, they've got a lot of deep striking reserve, and they've got transports. So, but then again, the Fulminators are dug in. So, let's see who goes first. I've decided I'm using all blue dice today because both armies are blue. The first dice is for the Night Lords, second dice is for the Fulminators. 5-4. So the Night Lords will have the choice of first turn. I don't know if I want to get any closer to that lot. It looks horrible. But then again, we can Alpha Strike. We can try and hit them whilst they are least expecting it and take the initiative. Oh, but then I won't be able to react in later turns. Oh, the dilemma. Right, let's go on to Night Lords. Yes, Night Lords are taking the initiative. Or are they? Because how much of our stuff can really be seen? Well, we lose the Rhino, but that'd be it. Probably the Marines inside it, they'd get shot up afterwards. But then that would be it, and the Fulminators will have moved. Let's give... Is this crazy? Am I being stupid? I think I'm going to give the Fulminators the first turn. Draw them into the trap. I mean, that could be crazy. Unfortunately, you can't all tell me if I'm being crazy. All you can do is scream at the screen and hope I don't do something stupid. Because, right, the Night Lords aren't going to make it to the central objective this turn. Probably. But what they will do is put themselves in the rooms they can be shot at next turn by all this firepower. And also, jumping on the objective second is attractive. Yeah, the Fulminators are going to have first turn. Night Lord win the roll and are skulking in the shadows. waiting for the Fulminators to act. Okay, Fulminators turn 1. So the Fulminators movement phase has concluded, and it looks like this. Both units of Outriders have turbocharged. Now, I could have moved them less. The idea with both of these is to get around the opponent. It's a little bit trickier over here because of the terrain and because of that rhino full of legionaries. But here, they can definitely start to work their way around. I think it's looking increasingly like the fast attack marines, their job is to go for the enemy objective. If I hadn't turbo boosted, I could in theory have had some shots, but actually it might make the difference between getting over there on turn 3 or turn 4, which might make the difference between taking it or not. The intercessors have advanced to try and get to the objective, but slowed by the crater, they have not quite made it. The librarian and the apothecary moving up in support, as well as the LT. Hellblasters have moved slightly to get a better line of sight to the rhino. These guys have not moved, neither have the eradicators. Okay, so psychic phase. Where have they gone? Here they are. Right, we are going to attempt Veil of Time on the intercessors. The idea being that if they get subsequently charged, they will strike first. Oh no, they won't, because they'll have had charging units. No, but they might, because I'd have to alternate at that point. Okay, so we're going to attempt that. Warp charge value 6. Okay, D3 mortal wounds to the librarian. For 3! Which the apothecary will try and patch up. He patches 1 up. Librarian loses 2 wounds, which I think leaves him on 3. I'll double check that in a minute. Okay, we are then going to attempt a Psychic Fortress for the 5+ invulnerable save. On a 9. That is cast, there is no denial, so Psychic Fortress is in effect. Okay, so we are going to kick off the shooting phase with the Eradicators firing at the Rhino. They're not in half range, and we are going to attempt total obliteration. So they all 3 get to shoot twice at the same target, hitting on 3s. These aren't bolt weapons, so I can't reroll 1s. Okay, they have all hit. Strength 8, toughness 7, wounding on 3s. 3 wounds. -4 AP, goes straight through the armour. D6 damage each. For 8 damage, the Rhino has 2 wounds left. Okay, the Rhino, a virtual smoking ruin already. The 7 Hellblasters are going to follow suit. They're not overcharging. The Codex Astartes does not suggest overriding safety protocols at this stage, in this scenario. Yay! 6 hits. Strength 4, toughness 4, winning on 4, winning on 4, strength and toughness are the same. 3. Okay, -3, but we are in the Devastator Doctrine, and these are heavy. They're not heavy weapons, are they? They are rapid fire weapons. Is that right? Must be. Seems odd they don't get it because they're heavy support units. Never mind. Okay, 2 saves of 6+. No. So the Rhino is destroyed. Its 2 remaining wounds go, and it does not explode, but it has 10 legionaries inside it who will be killed in the explosion on 1s. Okay, 3 legionaries die. Maybe some of them were cored by the melter shots that went straight through the Rhino. And the legionaries climbing out here. This is where it was a risk for the Outriders approaching the Rhino that was about to be slagged. But if these Marines go after that Rhino, they aren't going for the objective, which is an important choice the Night Lord guy is going to have to make. Okay, now let's see what else. We've definitely got a couple of pistols. These guys, as I said, advanced. Oh, they can definitely put a crack grenade from the grenade launcher into it. That's an assault weapon, which hits. Doesn't win. I say it, them. Now, can these guys see past that ruin? Yeah. Anyone who can see out can see 2 of them. Let me get a better look. I reckon 5 of them can see. Hitting on 3s. Wounded on 4s. 2 wounds. -1. Saving on 4s. 2 wounds. Another legionary dies. Okay, the 2 pistols from the librarian and the lieutenant did nothing, but the chaplain's got a tasty absolver pistol for some reason. Which on a 3, which hits. Strength 5, wounding on a 3, wounds. -1, save on a 4. No, 2 damage. Another 1 dies. So I've just checked. That's all the shooting from the Fulminators this turn. There are no charges, so we are on to the morale phase. So that unit lost 5 Marines. That is a fail. So 1 runs on the remaining 4. It is less than half. They don't have the funky special rule yet. Another 1 runs away. So 2 run away. So at the end of turn 1, the Fulminators score a point for holding their objective and do not score a point for the central objective or the enemy's objective. So now, as the Fulminator guy, as the Night Lord guy, I need to work out what my strategy is for turn 1. So after the movement phase of Night Lord's turn 1, it looks like this. So Talon Master Magaris is, well, he's a veteran of the Long War, and he hasn't survived 10,000 years by taking unnecessary risks. Although his men probably should face the right way. That would probably help. He has not set boot on this battlefield, until his champion has disposed of the heavy infantry in the enemy lines. Very conscious of staying out of Auspec's range. The Night Lords stick to the shadows. That is their domain. That's how they fight. And they don't win by jumping in front of loyalist dog Astartes and their Auspec scanners. So he has stayed away until the threat can be neutralised. So, what was the thinking? Oh God, I ummed and ahed so much it's untrue. So, Second Claw advanced. They got a good advance and a setup in this ruin for next turn on the in the event that they live that long. Fourth Claw has pressed forward into the ruin and now has excellent lines of fire to any target they choose to pick. Eighth Claw? Fifth Claw. What remains of Fifth Claw has advanced up onto the objective. Ironically, Second Claw making it onto the objective as well, ignoring these bikes. The Talon Master the Talon Champion hasn't committed himself yet. He is staying back to see how certain things unfold. He has lost a significant number of his legionaries, and he's committed nearly half of his legionaries to defending their home objective. So he is under-supported in the centre at the moment. The Dreadnought is conscious of the incoming fire and is inching round this objective to start to trade fire with the Eradicator. Over here, this guy with the autocannon, I'm going to say he can exchange fire with the Eradicator over there, so they are going to do so. And he has ordered the Raptor Cult of the Bloodied Moor to drop in and take care of these Outriders. There are other targets he'd have preferred them to take, but they would have been obliterated under Auspec's scanning and the associated fire. So they're going to pick a soft target this turn, dismember it, and then fly over the cover of this ruin the following turn and jump on whatever remains in the centre. By which time, hopefully, the Eradicators and the Hellblasters have been thinned out. That is the plan. I have to say, knowing the stats of everything, I am not holding out much hope for it working. I think the centre of the board is going to be a Night Lord free zone shortly, but that's what we're going for. So, no psychic phase. The very first thing we're going to do is fire 2 autocannon shots from 8th Claw into these Eradicators. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s, because they're autocannons. 1 wound. 2 up save, because he's in cover, -1, 3 up save. Yes. Okay. Now, the Contemptor Dreadnought will fire with his meagre weaponry of an autocannon that used to be a butcher cannon, grumble, grumble, grumble. And a heavy autocannon for 4 shots. 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. 3 wounds. -1 again. So these are saving on 3s. 1 save. 2 wounds done there. And then 2 shots with a combi bolter. Both missed. So 1 guy has taken 2. How many do they have? Do they have 3 or 4? I'll have to check. Okay, they have 3 wounds each. So 1 has a single wound remaining. Have to look at what I can try and do to plink that last wound off. However, the Raptor Cult are firing first at the bikes because they only have 1 target, so I'm firing them first. Melter Gun hits, wounds on a 3, wounds, punches straight through and does 3 damage. I don't know what they've got. 2 plasma pistols, 1 hits. Doesn't wound. And then 3 bolt pistols. 2 hits. 2 wounds. 1 fail. A total of 4 wounds taken. So Outriders having 4 wounds. 1 has been killed. Okay, so now we go to 5th Claw. Everything that has got range to put fire into the Eliminators will. Which is just a heavy bolter. Everything else into this unit of intercessors. So 3 heavy bolter rounds into the eliminators, hitting on 4s because I moved. 1 hit, wounding on a 4. Wounds -1, saving on a 3. Saves. Okay, Melter Gun hits, wounds. Punches straight through the armour and does 5 damage. But the Apothecary is there with his sort of soothing creams and such, and shrugs none of them. And the nearest one is utterly made to feel poorly. And a bolt pistol. Oh! And a wound from a bolt pistol. Happy days. The Talon Champion has a plasma pistol. He is inside the ruin just. And the only thing he is in range of are them. So he's going to shoot one of those. She hits. And wounds. So for 6. No. Does he shrug it? He does not. So this guy dies. 2. Ha! We're killing Marines. Ha 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 ha. It's not going to last. We're killing Marines. Right, they advanced, so they can't do anything. They fired. Is that all the gun? Well, there's the Havocs. Yeah, there's the Havocs. What are we going to shoot the Havocs at? Well, we said the Hellblasters, but we didn't kill our Eradicator. Are we going to split fire? It always works. Now, let's put it all into the Hellblasters. Let's try and vaporize them. At least they can only kill 6 Marines a turn. Max. They can kill 14 Marines a turn. If they so desire. Right. Fistful o' dice. Right. They don't suffer any penalty for moving with heavy weapons. Heavy bolter. No re-rolls. Do I want to do Veterans of the Long War? Do you know what? I think I do. Veterans of the Long War. 2, so 5s, running on 3s becomes 2s. 1 wound, -1 saves on a 4 up. No. 2 shrugs. No. That drops 1. Also cannon hits once. Winning on a 2 because of veterans. Saving on a 4. Yes. Right, now these are... Is it 8 shots each or 9? I'm going to have to check. Okay, it's 8 shots per gun for 16 shots. Hitting on 3s. That's below average. That's a 6, Paul. Right, wounding on 3s to strength 5, but that's 2s because of veterans. So, wounding on 2s. No 1s, that's good. -1, saving on 4s. How many fails? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6s to apothecarize? No. So that kills 1, 2, and then 1 more on a wound, which I'm sure the apothecary will get to in a minute. So that's 3 dead there. That's not great. They're still very much a threat. There are still very much 7 of the 10 heavy support marines still alive. None of that was in plan. I should have shot one of the guns at the eradicators because, yeah, whilst they can only kill 6 marines, they can very much kill 1 dreadnought. Any charges to do? Well, the only question is, am I going to charge those intercessors with 5th Claw and have them countercharged by that marine captain? But if I kill any, I mean, I've got a power fist, so I think they're 2 damage now. I'll have to check my printout. I think they're 2 damage now. See, if I survive, I can play We've Come For You to stop him from falling back. But would I basically just be throwing the unit away? Well, they are going to just be shot to pieces. Oh, I'm going to charge him. Am I going to Overwatch for a command point? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. No, I don't think I am. Okay. Don't know how much I need. That'll do it. So, we're going to avoid the flaming sword of the Emperor and jump into these guys over here. Assuming that the Havocs will deal with him in a minute. Oh, they can as well. Well, no, they can't because... Yeah. Right, okay. So, they didn't get the always fights first thing on them, but they do have a 5+ invulnerable save. Okay, let me work this out. Okay, so champion's got 2 attacks, +1 for charging. The others, oh, they've only got 1 each, so they've got 4 attacks. All right, yeah, bad idea, guys. The power fist hitting on 4s. Oh, terrible idea. Death to the False Emperor on 6s. They aren't 4s. Oh, Death to False Emperor. 4 hits, wounding on 4s, 2 wounds, saving on 3s. Well, I got what? Hang on, apothecary. Well, he was due. Okay. So that unit will now activate. This is going to be very embarrassing, Night Lords. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, and 1 is 25 attacks. I'm going to need 25 attacks. Hey, I've just remembered something. So I was going to just come back to you with the saves, but everyone's exhausted. These are the wound rolls. Everyone's exhausted. So then those Marines are strength 3, which I must remember when I just realised I forgot to charge the Raptors. Okay, we're totally doing that in a minute. Okay, I'll get my coat. So he needs 5s to wound. Strength 3, toughness 4. This conflict has taken its toll on everyone. So that was an even more stupid move jumping those in. So saving on 3s, because there's no AP here. 1 wound. One of them takes a wound. Right. Now we will definitely put those Raptors in. Spend the command point on Raptor Strike for 3d6 for charging. Need 9 or less in total. 6, 7, 8, 9. So, sorry about that chronologically inept sequence there. After they only just made it, they needed 9. After piling in, they end up here, and the flesh chewers are going to not go first, because we've already done stuff over there, but they're going to now. It's happening now. Spending a command point on Veterans of the Long War, because we're strength 3 and these are toughness 5. First off, we have 3 attacks with Power Fist. 2 hits. Strength is 6. Toughness is 5, so running on 3s, plus 1 2s. 2s. -3 for a Power Fist, saving on 6s. And Power Fists do how much damage now? Uh-oh. Hang on. Sorry about that. The sound you heard was the sound of 3 vibro cannons dropping onto my heater. I'll put them there. It won't happen again if I leave them where they were. Yeah, just checked. I think I've been doing this wrong for about 4 months. Power Fists are 2 damage each now, so that's 4 damage, killing a guy. They have 4 wounds each. There are 2 regular guys. The guy with the melter gun has regular attacks. He hits wood wound on 5s, but 4s, saving on 3s. They're saved. And now we have the remaining 8 guys with chainswords. Hitting on 3s, death to the false emperor. Take out the misses, then I'll re-roll 3 of them for the death to the false emperor. So 3 more attacks. 1 more hit. So these are strength 4. So they're strength 3 now. So they're going to wound on 5s, plus 1 for veterans. I can't hold the dice, folks. Plus 1 for veterans is 4s. That's very cocked. Okay. 9, I think, saves off 4+, because -1 for the Astartes chainswords. 4 wounds to get through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds done in total, and the Outriders are taken out. I don't believe I want to consolidate. I want to stay outside of that ruin. So, at the end of Night Lord's turn... No. Morale. The Hellblasters lost 3 models. What are the chances? Not a lot. 3 plus 5, 8. They have got a Sarge. They're fine. So at the end of the Night Lord's turn 1, they score 2 points for controlling that central objective, 1 point for their own, getting them 3 fat points. Right, it is now the Fulminators' turn 2. Okay, so I'm in the middle of the movement phase, and I have a dilemma. I mean, I've moved the apothecary for now, but I haven't really. He's not moved yet. I don't play touch move. It's not chess. The LT has moved to surround these heretics and cut them down with that relic sword, which, you know, super good. He will probably take care of them. The Untitled guy has played We Have Come For You, which means that I cannot fall back from that fight, which means I can't fall onto the objective and hold it. So the dilemma then becomes whether or not to leave it for a turn and let the enemy accrue another 2 points and then take it in later turns, or whether to push up with the Hellblasters. Or actually, having just taken a withering hail of fire, whether I want to get the Hellblasters into the cover. And, yeah. I don't think I can take it in a turn. I'd have to move on to it with the Hellblasters, which would probably mean advancing. No, I reckon I can get that with just a move. But then the Night Lord unit is a troops choice, so I would have to shoot that with a number of units. With one, and then I'd have to put fire into it to start doing some damage. Which I don't really want to have to do. Because of all the units there, that's the one I care about the least. I think I'm going to have to give it to him for a turn, aren't I? I'm going to have to dig in, hack those to death, and then move on to it next turn. But you see, the Night Lord guy's going to jump on me with those raptors. Is there anything I can do about the raptors? I can put fire down from here, try and thin them out. But they're on the other side of that building, and I can't fall back, and I can't get line of sight with these units. The only thing I could realistically do about those raptors, if I really wanted to take them out, is commit the Inceptors. That might be what I have to do. But if I commit the Inceptors, I am definitely saying that I'm not going to take his objective off him. And he has got other reserves that I want to be able to respond to. But if I don't take out those raptors, they will jump over here next turn and take out half those intercessors. I'm going to have to keep on thinking. So this is what I've decided to go with. So I've brought the Inceptors down over there to put fire into these raptors. I just can't have them running around. No, I could have put them here, which would have been a lot safer for a turn fire, but here I can threaten the Warlord and I can threaten that objective, which is also under threat from the remaining unit of Outriders, which might even tempt the Dreadnought this way, but if it does, it pulls it away from the centre, which is where the fight is going to be. So I may not keep them for very long there, but if they achieve the main objective of neutralising that fast-moving assault unit, they'll have done their job. So, on the basis of playing the longer game, the Hellblasters have moved into the crater. At the end of the phase, the Apothecary is going to put a wound back on that one and going to use the command point for combat revival to stand one of them back up. Booyah! So I've been thumbing through all the other stratagems I've got in the Space Marine Codex, and they are all pretty situational. And I seem to have contrived to not be in that situation with any of them. The only one I could do is an orbital bombardment on there. And from a winning the game point of view, I think that would be a really good move, because it would force them out of that ruin. There's 4 units there. But this is a vital objective on a key battlefield, and I just don't think it's narratively appropriate to be lance striking it from orbit. So I'm not going to do it. Whether that costs me, I do not care. Okay, so the Librarian. The only psychic power he's going to attempt, having had a kick in the teeth last turn, is Smite, which casts on a 7 and does 2 damage, killing this one and putting a wound on that one. Right, next we have pistols. 8 intercessors, bolt pistols into those remaining marines. 5 hits, wounding on 4s. More wounds. Are they -1? I'll have to check. I'll have to check. So 1 wound kills this one. And if they are -1, they kill the champion as well. Everything's falling over. Let's have a look. No, they are regular bolt pistols, so he survives until the fight phase. When he will inevitably die. But has prevented them getting onto that objective. Okay. Eradicators. Attempting total annihilation on the Contemptor Dreadnought. Hitting on 3s. 4 hits. It would have been really important to have killed one of them to reduce the amount of incoming fire here. Strength 8, toughness 7, wounding on 3s. 3. Vulnerable saves of 5+. 1 is made. Now these are D6 -1 because they're very hard to kill, Dreadnoughts. Okay, that I did not see coming. So 1 -1 is 1, 3 -1 is 2. 3 wounds taken. He has 6 remaining because they start with 9. Now, do I try and put bolt rifle rounds into him from the bikes? I don't think I'm going to kill him. And they do have another target. No, I need to start doing some damage to those guys. We're not in rapid fire range. It's a twin bolt rifles, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 shots. I'll check I've got that right afterwards. Rerolling 1s because of bolted fusillades. Wounding on 4s. No. We're in turn 2, so we're in the Devastator Doctrine. This is +1 for the Ruin, -2 for the AP, so saving on a 4. Yes. Okay. Before I move on to the next thing, I will check I have got the shots right there. Okay, the Hellblasters have to take out those Havocs. It would be nice to deal some damage to the other Marines, but the Havocs must die. Spending 2 command points on steady advance because they're just out of rapid fire range, so they count as stationary. So they are now firing twice. The Night Lord guy is spending a command point on in Midnight Clad to be -1 to hit. So these are going to hit on 4s. That's 3 3s have missed there. Okay, wounding on strength 7, toughness 5, 3s. 2 wounds. I didn't fire the plasma gun last turn. Whoops. Right, we're in the Assault Doctrine, so it's -4, but they're in cover, so they do get saves of 6s. 1 save of a 6. 1 guy takes a wound. Ha! The shadows are their ally. Okay, the Inceptors firing at the Raptors. The Night Lord guy is spending a command point on in Midnight Cloud, making them -1 to hit, so these are hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1s, bolted fusillade. Glad I remember that. Is that all of them? Yep. Strength 4, toughness 4, wounding on 4s. Okay, that's either a 1 or a 2. So these are -2 because we're in the thingy that makes it 1 better. So saving on 5s. 1 saved, so that's 2. 2 dead and 1 wounded. That is not a big enough chunk to kill Yo and wound Yo. The way I kind of think of it is you kill that guy with the plasma gun and someone else just picks the plasma gun up. I'm having that. If you read the books, that's what they do a lot of the time. It's like, can I have that when you die? Get off. Right, where's the other guns? Where are the other guns? They've all fired, Paul. Uh-oh. Okay, so these intercessors, there's a couple on the bottom who can't get line of sight on anything. And of the others, there's one who's at range of everything, 3 that can shoot, who are in range of the second claw, and then 4 who are in range of fourth claw. So the ones who are shooting at second claw, hitting on 3s because they are not hiding particularly well. Wounding on 4s. And -2 saves. It's +1, -2. So saving on 4s. Okay, 1 wound on one of those fellows. Let's put it on you. And then the 4 that are shooting at the Havocs. Now they are hitting on 4s because of a Midnight Clad. Wounding on 5 because of strength 5, toughness 5. Should have shot them all at the Marines. Darn it. Saving on a 4. Yes. Right. The Apothecary takes exception at his guys being murdered. So he's going to fire his Absolver pistol at the Havocs, hitting on a 4. Yes. Strength 5, toughness 5. Wounding on a 4. Yes. -1. Saving on a 3. No. Well, yes, it saves. So nothing doing there. Okay. So let's have a quick look. They've fired. They've fired. They fired. They fired. He's fired. They haven't fired. He can fire his bolt pistol at the Marines as he goes. Well, no, at the Havocs. He's precise enough to try and pick off a Havoc. Hits. Doesn't win. That's all the shooting. So it must be the charge phase. Well, the Librarian is charging and makes it in, as is the Lieutenant. It seems kind of pointless rolling the dice, to be quite honest. We'll do the Lieutenant first. Lieutenant. So his 4 attacks base, +1 for charging, +1 for the Emperor's Sword. His strength is currently... Oh, hang on. His 4 is a base, +1 for the Emperor's Sword is 5, +3 for the Burning Blade is 8, -1 because he's knackered is 7. So he's hitting on 2s. Doesn't re-roll anything. Wounding on 3s. Yeah, they're all wounded. -5, 2 damage each. Dead. And these guys can't activate because their targets are dead. So they'll just mill. Okay. What's going on to that? Just tried to put this on there, and there's a power cable on there, power extension. So, right, left, straight down the middle. Morale tests. The Raptors lost 2. Can't fail. No one else lost a whole model. Really? That was a shocking turn for the Fulminators, and the reprisal from the Night Lords is going to be swift and brutal. The Fulminators, of course, scoring 1 point there in turn 2, taking them to 2 points to 3, with Night Lords having a turn in hand. Night Lord turn 2 coming up. So at the end of the Night Lord's movement phase in turn 2, it looks like this. These Outriders are being ignored. 8th Talon, 8th Claw is confident. Well, their confidence is irrelevant. They are being instructed to just deal with them when they arrived. However, the Talon Champion does not want this threat jumping about and eliminating his infantry units, so he is breaking from the centre and means to do them serious harm. In the centre, 2nd and 4th Talons have stayed still and will be putting fire into whatever. It's a target-rich environment. Haven't worked that bit out yet. The Dreadnought is moving forward. It may be a foolhardy thing to do, but he's no use back there. So, and he could go after the Outriders, but they are not the priority. So he is moving forward to lay fire and violence. The Raptors, the Flesh Chewers, have jumped over the that ruin and are eyeing up the Hellblasters and the Apothecary, a key target the Talon champion has ordered them to take out. And then with a pop of ozone, confidently informed that the heavy weapon threat has been eliminated, the Talon Master and the Archimedes appear on the battlefield, looking to take down these intercessors and ruin their base, ruin their home objective. Now, the intercessors are spending 2 command points on Auspex scan, and as soon as they smell the tang of ozone and their Auspex homes in on the direction, they unleash hell with bolt fire. Crack grenade from the grenade launcher. So hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Okay. Doop doop. I expect this to kill 2 of the Terminators, minimum. Strength 4, toughness 4, wounding on 4s. Oh, that was bad. -2 because of the tactical doctrine, so saving on 4 pluses. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a dead Terminator. Which one's he? No, not you. Not you. Let's take you. And a wound. Oh, not you. You. And a wound on one of them. 2 wounds remaining. The crack grenade hits. Wounds on a 3. Wounds -1 or 2. That definitely fails to save. D3 damage for 2. Kills this guy. 2 Terminators, 4. 2 of the Archimedes, their suits seizing up, their bodies bleeding and clotting and losing consciousness rapidly as their heightened metabolism attempts to preserve them. Right, let's go on to the shooting phase for the Night Lords. Yeah, that was the movement. We lost 2 Terminators in the movement phase. They're just so... so effective. Right, first things first. Second Claw are putting their fire into these Eradicators. We've got 1, 2 bolters, 2 pistols, and a crack missile. So the bolters and the pistols I'll do together. Hitting on 3s. Wounded on 4s. No, it's 5s because these are Gravis armor. Saving on 2s. 1 dies, and that plinks that last wound off that guy. And the crack missile hits. Wounds -2, so it saves on 2 up 4. No. D6. Hang on, there's a stratagem. There's a stratagem, but not a very good one. Sorry, not very good, not appropriate. D6 damage. What's that? That's a 3, and they have 3 wounds each. That is another one. Do we keep going? No, I'm going to live with that. I think. I mean, okay, that one guy can totally destroy him next turn. Ooh, maybe we should keep going. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that. The Talon champion with a plasma pistol. Missed. That was short and sweet. Well, it was short. Need to do some thinking. Okay, Talon Master and the Archimedes are firing into these intercessors. Melter gun hits. Wounds on a 2. Yep. Minus a lot. Save for 6 because of the cover. No. D6 damage. Kills 1. Then the Reaper autocannon. 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. 3 wounds. -2. +1, -2, so save 1 less, saving on 4s. No, 3 wounds get through, kills 1 more, and puts a wound on 1. Now the bit that'll look much less impressive. The Talon Master himself with his Storm Bolter. I should have given him a much better weapon. I didn't have the bit. Wounding on 4s. 3 wounds. Saving on 2s. Oh, got 1! Okay. I'll take that sight unseen. 3 Marines from the shooting of 3 models. Yep. Okay, the Raptors recognise a sawbone when they see one, so putting all their fire into that apothecary. Firstly, Meltagun. Hits. Wounds on a 2. Wounds. -4, so it's safe on a 6 because it is in cover. No, D6 damage, 5 to get through. 5. That does him. I choose to believe that he can't patch himself up whilst he's being shot. So I'm not rolling to shrug those wounds. But, you know, we've got plasma pistols going in that are both wounded. 1 save, that's an extra wound. 5 bolt pistols. Those are wounded. No, but they saved. So that's a total of 6 wounds, just out of interest. Yeah, he's still dead. But yeah, that's how I see that. I don't. It's not like it's a regenerative field or anything. He's using his medi tools on someone else to go, get better, Frank. He can't do that if he's had his face melted, or if his armor's been melted to slag and he's blacked out because of the pain of the molten metal against his skin, as his hypermetabolism is going, what the heck just happened? Okay, so 8th Claw has put its fire down into these Outriders, and we have some saves to take. 1 from an autocannon at -1, saving on a 4. No, is 2 damage. 1 from a plasma gun, saving on a 6. No, 1 more damage. 1 from a bolt pistol, saving on a 3. Yes. So one of them is on 1 wound remaining. So directly before he yielded the command of the theatre to the Talon Master, the champion ordered 4th Claw to open fire on these intercessors. Being the veterans of the Long War that they are, spending a command point. However, these were made transhuman, and they have transhuman physiology. 2 command points. So the wounding will not be quite so straightforward this time. Now I've remembered I've got stuff I can do. It's all a process. It's all a learning curve. It's a journey. Heavy Bolter. 2 hits. Strength 5, toughness 4, wounding on 3s, which would be 2s, but it's only 4s because transhuman physiology. 1 wound, saving on a 4. No, kills a guy. The other thing, the autocannon. 2 hits. Would be a 3, would be a 2, makes it a 4. 1 wound, saving on a 4. Yes. The armour holds firm on that occasion. Then the 2 plasma gun shots. No, it's only 1 plasma gun shot, because he's not in rapid fire range, and he doesn't count fire twice for being stationary with a plasma weapon, just with a bolt weapon, I believe. Wounding on a 4. Yes. Saving on a 6. No. 1 takes a wound. And then 16 shots from the Reaper chain cannon. But rather than wounding on 2s, it wounds on 4s when we get to wounding. Still got to hit first though, matey. Nice. Feels like a lot of misses. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We've already done pretty well. Oh, we killed 1. Well, it still feels like pretty well. 4s to wound rather than 2s. Yeah, that transhuman physiology. Belisarius, he does good work. Yes. -1, saving on 4s. Only 1 got through, so 2 killed in total. Yeah, that's pretty good. Belisarius, he does good work. For a heretic. Okay, the Dreadnought is opening fire as well. Hitting on 3s with the autocannon. Wounding on 4s because transhuman. 1 wound, saving on a 4. No. Another one buys the farm. And then the thingy, his combi bolt, which should only be firing twice. Okay. 1 hit, 1 wound, 1 save. Okay, so we are into the charge phase, and we have 4 charges to declare, and there are going to be 4 overwatches. So I'm going to declare them all, roll them all, then do all the overwatch, probably off camera, and come back to you with the saves. Okay, so, having just said that, I'm probably going to change it. This is an 8-inch charge to connect with this guy, because he only needs to move the 5 inches vertically, and that's one of the rules that I think narrative common sense comes into. If it was a Gretchen at the bottom there, I'd say there's no way in heck that he can attack this guy. However, that fella, I think he can rip that wall down and grab him. So, yeah, he is needs an 8-inch charge, which he fails to get. However, 6s. He gets 2 shots, I think, for Overwatch. No, but, might have been enough. The Archimedes and the Talon Master need a 9. Nope, they are not in. They will take the Overwatch in a minute. The Raptors need a 4+. Those of you who are sat painting at the moment, just glance at the screen. I'm going to have to measure that again just to make sure I'm right, because that's a game changer. Right, he's 3¼ inches away, but he loses 2 for going through the cover. So he needs... I think he needed 5, actually. All right. Well, you're about to get shot. And the Talon champion, whose plan is now in tatters, is going to charge those Inceptors. And I think he's 6, it's 4. I think he's in on a 4. He might have needed a 5. Let's go and look in real time. He needs to be within 5 inches because of the -2 for the crater. So is he within 5 inches? Yes, easily. So he makes it in. Everyone else fails and gets overwatched. He's made of lead, that guy. All right. I'll come back to you with the results of the Overwatch. Okay, so 1 wound taken by the Talon champion. 2 wounds taken on the Raptors, killing 1 and putting a wound on another. And 1 wound taken on the Terminators. Okay, fight phase. The Talon champion. So he has 5 attacks on the charge. And he hits on... I didn't check that. 2s. I'm pretty sure he hits on 2s. I shall have to check that real time. So the champion hits on 2s, yeah. But with the power fist, that's going to be 3s. No rerolls or anything like that. So hitting on 3s. Okay, 3 hits. Now, he is strength 3 because he's knackered like everyone else. Power fist doubles it to 6, and he rerolls wounds because he's a champion. So wounding on... there we go, 3s. -3, so saving on 6s. 1 save, 2 wounds, kills 1. That's the Sarge. Don't take the Sarge off. I was trying not to take the Sergeant off. Okay, so actually, we're going to get... these guys have got 3 attacks base. I'm going to have to check. No, 2 base, so 10 attacks in total, accounting for Shock Assault and the Sergeant. Hitting on 3s. But, traitors, reroll 1s. Strength 3, toughness 4, wounding on 5s. While they're keen, 5 of them with Stormport Plate is a 2-up save. He takes no damage. So, there aren't any ongoing fights to resolve. So that is the end of that is the end of Night Lord's turn 2. Do we have any morale to take? They can't fail. They can't fail. Oh! The Intercessors can fail. How many did they lose? How many got left? They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. They lost 3. 4 and 3, 7. No, they're fine. These guys can fail. But they don't. They shall know no fear. He can't fail. So at the end of turn 2, the Night Lords get another point for their base, and another 2 for the centre, taking them to 6 points. But the Fulminators they were not finished off there. There was the potential there for those Intercessors to be wiped out, the Hellblasters to be overrun with Raptors, and these Inceptors to be mauled and tied up. But none of those 3 things happened. So it'd be interesting to see what they can do. Okay, so the Fulminators have moved. The Night Lord guy played We Have Come For You, so these Inceptors could not fall back. Sneaky. The Outriders are moving around to the centre of the battlefield. It looks like the Fulminators are abandoning their push on the enemy's objective. It's just too well held. There's 20 wounds there of a 2-up save to get through. And with that unit stuck there, the best play is for the centre of the table. The remaining Intercessors and the LT have moved forward. The Eradicator has taken up higher ground to try and get away from the yapping claws of that Dreadnought, who hopefully won't be there in a moment. These bikes will be raking him in the back as they drive past. The Librarian is taking up an aggressive stance against the Raptors. I don't know quite what he intends to do. I think we will see how all the other fire goes. And these Intercessors and these Hellblasters are standing firm, ready to rapid their fire. So, Psychic Phase. Let me get the card in front of me. All right, so I can't pick it up, and I've crinkled the edge. So we are going for Veil of Time on those Intercessors in case I want... No, Veil of Time on the LT. Veil of Time on the LT. Cast on a 9. Can't be stopped. So he is re-rolling his charges and he is fighting first. Just as well, because without frag grenades, those guys would be initiative 10. Ignore that if you've never played any edition before 8th. In fact, forget I spoke. All I do is confuse. Then a smite. 5+. On 10, almost a super smite. D3 wounds for 2. Killing this one, I'm putting 1 wound on that guy. Right, shooting phase. Eradicator. Let's eradicate that Dreadnought. No rerolling of that 1. Wounding on a 3. Wounds. Saving on a 5. Does not save. It's within half range. D6 plus 2. For 5 minus 1. Puts it on 2 wounds. Okay, now these bikes have got 4 shots each with their combi bolters as they rake him in the back as they come round the corner. Four. Here. Getting on 3s. Don't forget those reroll 1s, Paul. Okay, 2s. Wounding on 5s. 4 wounds. Minus 2. So these are saves of 5 up. This could be it. 1 save, 2 save. 2 get through. 2 wounds. He is down. And he explodes. 1 minute. Well, that's got a lot tamer. Units within 3 inches take a mortal wound. So the Those Marines took a wound. One of the guys was on 1 wound, so he dies. These bikes take a wound, which kills the lead bike as the reactor backfires as it explodes, and the Dreadnought is destroyed. The Intercessors unloading into this group of heretical Terminators. Bolters. Ooh, a lot of ones. Ones are better than twos. Can you reroll the ones? Okay. Should have used a Midnight Clad. Never mind. To be fair, I don't think that would necessarily seem right, them using that there. Winning on force. -2 saving on force. 2 kills this Terminator. I did have a suspicion this was going to happen if I dropped them in here, which is why, yeah. And the crack grenade. Hits. Wounds. Saves. Yep, right. What's next? Okay, in the centre, these Intercessors rapid firing into the Havocs and a crack grenade. Reroll the ones. Wounding on 5, of course. Reroll the 1 because the LT. 2 wounds at -2, +1, -2, so saving on 4s. No. Now that kills the autocannon who was on 1 wound and puts a wound on the heavy bolter. The LT and the Librarian both fired with their pistols and did nothing. Crack grenade. Hits. Wounds. -2, I think, saves. Whenever I say I think, if it's ever close enough to need to check it, I do, of course, check it. So just the Hellblasters left to shoot now. Let's try and murder those Raptors. Because you see, the choices are either the Terminators or the Raptors, but I think the Raptors are a greater threat. They're more mobile. Yeah. So, 10 shots, please, Paul. Got 9 dice there, mate. You need another one? Okay, mate. Stop talking to yourself like that. Will do. Hitting on 3s. 5 hits. Not great. Wounding on 2s. No, 3s even. Only 3. Oh, no. Saving on... Hang on. Turn 3. Nothing. Saving on nothing. Kills that one. And... Because... No. Yeah, he's nearest. We'll do the nearest thing, because I'm not sure. Stay lost 2. Right. Fired. Right, end of the shooting phase. 2 command points to rapid fire with these Intercessors to shoot them again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Come on. And a crack grenade. Let's do the crack grenade first. Hits. The drop dice don't count. Wounds. Saves. Ooh. We roll the ones. That's this many hits. Wounding on 4s. That is this many wounds. Saving on 4s because of -2. So 3 fails. Kills another Terminator. Yeah, Joe. Okay. Right, I think we're in the charge phase. So, the Librarian is going to charge the Raptors, who are not going to Overwatch. It'd be really funny if I hit him in the face with a melter gun. What else are we doing? So, nothing here. We've got 3 charges. Yeah. We will Overwatch, But is he in? Yes, he's in. With a 4. Couldn't roll that earlier, could I? The melter gun. You might want to stop painting and look at the screen for a second. What goes round comes round. Got to wound him on a 2. Alright, plasma gun, no. Bolt pistols, no. Right, so right, so I'm going to charge the bikes and the LT into the Havocs. It's kind of going to happen simultaneously. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the dice to see which one charges first. No, if they're no, so follow my logic. They're charging at the same time. Or are they charging at the same time? Will the LT order the bikes in and then charge? Yes, I see no reason why he wouldn't do that. So yes, he will do that. They can't overwatch because they can't see. 8 inches is in. So they are in. Dink. Dink. And then the LT at the front, 8 inches, that is also in. Dink. Right then. Oh yeah, he needs to move. There we go. Okay, where to start? Because interrupting is a thing. Let me think. Okay, I'm going to start with the librarian, I think, because it's either the librarian or the LT. The librarian... See, the thing is, the LT's kind of squishy. However, that's just 4 Havocs. There's 9 attacks there. And okay, it could kill him. But actually, now everyone's strength's reduced. So, it's not gonna. Yeah, we're totally starting with the librarian. Right then. 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because these are my preferred enemy. By preferred, I mean I really hate them. And I'm used to... I know what bits to hack off. Alright, strength is 4. The force sword is +1 strength. So my strength's back up to 4. So 4's to wound. Ew. Problem. 1 wound. At -3, saving on a 6. No. D3 damage. Kills 1. Killed that one. Okay, now, do I want to try and kill the LT? How easy is he going to be to kill? What's he got? He's toughness 4 with 5 wounds. I'm really not going to get through them all. However, it might make him a bit more killable for next turn. Because he will just wade through me. Yeah, okay. 2 command points. And Veterans of the Long War. So we're interrupting and we're doing Veterans. Because this fight in the centre is where it's all about. And actually the Night Lords have been really thinned out now. They've got very little left. Very little. But then again, that doesn't leave me a lot of command points. Am I better am I better sacrificing that bit of the table? Because no, I'm not. If I can do some damage to him, then these Marines might be able to finish him off next turn. And oh yeah, but there's all sorts of stuff over here I can just do nothing about. Three command points. Hang on, I'll stop you so you don't have to stand there and watch. I'll think and come back to you. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I've got to try and soften him up, otherwise I am going to get picked apart in the centre there. So he's just going to walk from unit to unit and murder them. So let's see how it goes. Hitting on 3s with Death of the False Emperor on 6s. 1, which misses. Wounding on 4s because strength is 3 and then Veterans. 4 wounds. No minus to any of this. This is just 3+ saves. That was 1. No, that's a gamble that did not pay off. He takes 1 wound. You never know. That might be the difference at a later stage. Right, now the bikes. They've got some special shenanigans when they charge, I think. Some really unlikely they get +2 attacks when they charge. Seems unlikely, to be quite honest. So what's that? 5, 9 attacks. Oh, I had 9 in my hand. I've just moved them away. Just tidied them up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, hang on. Oh, I'm being simple. I may as well do the Outriders because the LT's there. I've got him in a minute. I think I nearly forgot to use the LT there. Strength is 3, so they're going to wound on 5s. 3. -1, saving on 4s. 2 wounds. Kills 1 and puts another on a wound. Then the LT with his 6 attacks on the charge. Hitting on 2s. Yeah. Strength 7, wounding on 3s. -5, goes straight through, 2 damage each. They are wiped. Okay, slightly risky manoeuvre. He has he's consolidated into second claw because he doesn't want to be shot in the face with a rocket launcher next turn. So it's safest to stay there, to go there and take the hits and try and survive. Okay, there's a power axe, which hits twice, and Death of the False Emperor, 3 hits. Strength of the power axe is +2, so it's 5, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, -2, saving on 5s. 2 saves! Ha-ha! Hurrah! 2 regular attacks, 2 hits, 1 wound, save for 3. No, takes a wound. 2 chainsword attacks, 1 hits, take wounds, saving on a 4 because of -1. Yes, okay, so he's down to 3 wounds. That cost him a wound. I think that is well worth it to not be rocket launched in the face. And all of a sudden, the Night Lord. Hang on, we're fighting back over here. We're fighting back. Fighting back. Do we need veterans to try and kill this guy? Let's give it no. Let's try not. We're a bit surprised. We've just been brutally murderized. 3 attacks with Power Fist because we were charged. 2 Death to the False Emperors. So that's 3 hits. Strength is currently 6, so wounding on 3s. 1, -2, saving on 5. Yes. Okay, 3 attacks with Chainsword. 2 hits, wounding on 5s. 1, -1. Fails. 2 wounds left. 2 regular attacks with the other guy. Nothing. Wounding on a 5. No. These Astartes are utterly exhausted. Utterly exhausted. So at the end of the Fulminators' turn 3, they score 3 points. 1 for holding their objective, 2 for the central objective. And there's a story in one of the Horus Heresy books where an ultramarine captain is working on a simulation and trying to follow the Primarch's teachings, and he's following all the orders precisely, and his army is being split up, spread out, and taken apart. Then all of a sudden, a net seems to close, and the enemy just dissolve under coordinated fire. And it's kind of what this feels like. Oh, so hang on, we have got some more. We've got some more. Okay, so the ongoing fight over there, the Exalted Champion goes first, because it's the Marine's turn, it's the Fulminator's turn. Hitting on 3s, Death to the False Emperor. Strength is 6, so wounding on 3s. -2, saving on 5s. That's -3, so it's saving on 6s. 2 damage on one of them on a wound remaining. So there are 6 attacks back. Sorry, 7 attacks back. Reroll these ones. Wounding on 5s. 2, saving on 2s. Yes. Okay, now morale. How many did the Raptors lose this turn? Let's see what we roll. More than 3. So they fail. 1 runs, and 2 others. Another 1 runs, leaving just the champion. I don't know what on earth the Night Lords can do now. They've been utterly annihilated in what feels like 1 turn. Alright. Let's have a think and see if there's anything I can do. Okay, so the chances are slim. But the chances exist, no matter how slim. Okay, so the Fulminator guy, I totally didn't remember. And as soon as I became the Night Lords guy, I totally remembered that I could fall back from both these combats and hit and run into the middle. We may be able to kill him, we may not. But if we can just take a couple of them out, we'll outnumber him on the objective. It depends on how many we lose in return, I suppose. Yeah. There's some fire going to come down into the middle to help. The rest will go into those bikes. And the Talon Master and the Archimedes. I wonder what the singular of Archimedes is. It's probably Archimedes. If they can take 7 Marines off this objective, there's 3 points there. There's a potential 6 points this turn. But it's thin. It's really thin. Alright, so let's shoot. 4 shots with a combi bolter. That's 5 dice, Paul. Oh, I'll take off one of the hits. Reroll the 1. Wounding on 4s. 1. Saves. They can't shoot because they fell back. So, plasma pistol into the thingies. Hits. Wounds. Doesn't save. I think that finishes 1 off. Yes, I am right. That does indeed finish 1 off. And I'm not gonna have enough command points next turn to prevent them falling back, because I'm gonna need them all for hit and run and vets to do some damage here. Right, 2 shots with the auto cannon into the into those. The rest of the fire going into the bikes. Cannons miss. A plasma gun. Why am I rolling 2 dice? Hang on, I'll do that off camera and summarise it for you. Somehow they managed to take a wound off with the one of the only 2 bolters that was in range. Okay, so charge with... It's all shooting, isn't it? Yeah, because you've got very little actually left. Okay, so charge with second claw, Overwatch, looking for 6s. Reroll the 1, I suppose. 2 6s, wounding on 4s. 1 wound, saving on a 5. Nope. Takes a wound but doesn't kill 1. Okay, they are totally in. There we go, 8, as is the Raptor. Dink, dink. Dink, dink, dink. Nudging the objective a little bit there. Inadvertently. And the Archimedes and the Talon Lord into these. Am I going to Overwatch? Yes, I am. Are they in? Oh, I don't know if I believe that. Is it less than 4 inches? Oh, by the skin of his teeth, it's less than 4 inches. Right, 12 shots and a crack grenade. Crack grenade? No. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Nothing. Okay. Right. Oh, where are we going first? Okay, we're going to do second claw first. Veterans of the Long War. I don't know if that's a mistake. I'm doing Veterans of the Long War, whether it's a mistake or not. Okay, so 3 attacks with the champ. Hitting on 3s. 4 hits. Strength with his axe is 5. Because it's +2. Yeah, 3 + 2 is 5. And veteran, so he's going to wound on 2s. 2 wounds at -2. 1 pass, 1 fail. So that's 1 wound on 1 guy. Oh. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attacks with chainswords. 2 death to the Force Emperors, which miss. Wounding on 5s with a reroll. No, it's not 5s with a reroll, you idiot. It's 4s. So that's 3. Saving on 4s. 1. And then 4 attacks from regular guys. 3 hits, wounding on 4s because of veterans. 1, saving on a 3. Yep. Okay, now. Where do I want to interrupt? Well, I might kill the guy with the power fist. He has the potential to take a couple of guys out. But it's going to have to be over here, isn't it? These guys are going to jump down. You can jump down there and fire is going in. Rah! Right then. No command points to do anything funky. 1, 2, 3. No, I want everyone I can on the Lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against the Lord. With 3 attacks each. So that's 15 attacks on the Lord. 5. 10. 12. 3 more, please. I need like a dice croupier. 3 more dice, sir. Thanks, sir. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Because I know how to fight these guys. That's pretty good. That's 14 hits. Strength is 4. Sorry, strength is 3. Toughness is 5. Wounding... Strength is 3. Wounding on 5s. We're wounding on 5s and I'm knocking the scenery over. That's not bad. But, no, I made the wrong choice here. Saving on 2s. He takes a wound. So he's got 5 left. And then the 2 guys against the lightning claw guy. Roll the 1. 3. Still possible. 5s to wound. 2 wounds. No longer possible. 2 saves. 2 plus. Yeah. Okay, now he's going to attack with the power fist. I totally did that wrong. I should have killed the power fist. Damn it. Hitting on 4s. 1. Wounding on a 2. Wounds. Saving on a... It's -3. Saving on a 6. No, kills 1. Okay, now... Oh, let me get this right. Okay, so the Terminator Champion has 3 attacks. He charged and 2 lightning claws. He's hitting on 3s and re-rolling 1s. His strength is currently a lightning claw strength +1. What does the sheet of paper say? Lightning Claw. No. Right, so running off 5s with a reroll. 2 at -2, saving on 5s. 1 wound. Okay, so we might as well have not bothered. Now, the Lord. It's a base of 5, or is it 4 attacks? One moment. Chaos Lord Terminator 4 as a base. Disappointing. 4 as a base, plus 1 for charging, plus D3 for his Warlord trait. For 3. Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. Right, what does that sword do again? It's not very good, I remember that much. It is -3, it's plus 1 strength, so it's wounding on 4s. Alright, I think you're alright, Fulminator. So that's 6 failed wounds and 1 wound. -3, saving on a 6. No, 2 wounds because the guy was already injured. Well, that is how they say anticlimactic. Okay, so over in the middle then, we have the attacks back from these guys. Into the troops. Natch. Reroll these 1s. Wounding on 5s, because everyone is exhausted. Saving on 3. No. Oh, they kill him. They kill him. Not you. It was on him earlier. They kill him. So, that central objective, that's unfortunate. If the wound had been on the missile launcher guy, I'd be outnumbering him on the central objective, but I'm not. So the Night Lords at the end of turn 3 get 1 point for their home objective. And that's all she wrote. Oh, hang on. We still got this combat. I keep forgetting this combat. So the Sarge and the Intercessor. Winning on 5s. Saving on a 2. Yep. Then the Champion. Hitting on 3s. Winning on 3s. Saving on 6s. 2 wounds. Kills 1. I've just realised I've been forgetting my Night Lord trait the entire time. That's unfortunate, Paul. Highly unfortunate. Okay. Okay. The Night Lord players must be throttling me in their minds. Okay. You lost 1 guy, but it counts as 2 because it was killed by him. And you're next to 2 Night Lord units, so that's -4. 5 -4 is 9. That is a fail. 1 runs. And then on 1s, because it never goes below 1 for a Marine, the others run. What's the chance of rolling 5 1s? Well, there's 1 So that's down to 4. I have no command points for We Have Come For You next turn, so they are totally getting hellblasted. Now in the centre, they lost 2. And they're near 2 Night Lords units, one of which is a Raptor, so they are -5. But that's pass. That is a solid pass. And then over there, they can't fail. Okay. So, at the end of turn 3, the Night Lords get 1 more point. So it is, going into turn 4, it's 5 points to the Fulminators, 7 points to the Night Lords. That's all I'm going to say. And at the end of the movement phase, the noose is closing. He's a bit close. In an ironic turn of events, the intercessors are holding those Night Lords in place whilst the LT and the Librarian run up to engage them in melee. The intercessors back off because I spent all my command points. I shouldn't have spent all the command points. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. And they have successfully disengaged, and they are about to be hellblasted and eradicated. The units that the Talon champion had assured the Talon Master had been neutralised. That failed charge from the Raptors. The Inceptors have successfully... Hang on, one of those died. The Inceptor has successfully disengaged from the Talon champion and is moving on to his objective. So yeah, psychic phase. This is going to be quick. Smite fails. Eradicator, Chaos Lord. One hit. Wounds. 4+ invulnerable save? Yes. Okay, so we will then have 3 bolt pistols in the centre. 3 hits. 2 wounds. We're in turn 4 now, so the pistol gets -1. So the 3's a fail. So that kills a guy. Hell blasters. 5. Him. Goes without saying. I should have actually said it. Winning on 3s. Saving on 4s. No. 2 wounds. He's got 4 left. Okay. Dropped dice. Well, I could be anywhere by now. Probably in Milton Keynes or something. Okay. Right, and then we've got some fire into this unit here. And then a charge. Well, we've got a few charges, haven't we? So, the bikes, reroll the 1s. Wounding on 4s. Drop dice, don't count. +1, -1, saving on 3s. 2 fails. They lose a Marine. The guy right in front of them, to be fair. Okay, so is that all the gun? I think it's all the gun. Right, we have charges then. We're going to do the bikes into these guys, which fail. No command points for Overwatch. Then the LT can't fail, and the Librarian can't fail. I'm well impressed they survived. They're staggered, in fact. Okay, the LT's 5 attacks. 3 hits. Strength is currently 7, so wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s. -5, goes straight through their armour, kills them both because of 2 damage each. So they're dead. Then the 4 attacks on the Raptor. 4 hits. Wounding on 4s. Reroll the 1 because the LT. -3, saving on 6s. No, he's dead as well. Okay, so they have cleared the centre of the board. No morale to take over there because everyone's dead. So at the end of that turn, the Fulminators score 1 point for their objective and 2 points for the central objective, putting them on to 8 points as we go to the Night Lord's turn. So there's maybe something that can happen here. We'll see. So from 8th Claw, The plasma fire did nothing, but we have 1 save at -1 to take with an auto cannon, which passes, and 3 regular saves to take against bolter fire, which all pass. So the bikes are fine. The Inceptor took a wound to the champion's plasma pistol. Then over here, we have a combi bolter. Hits on 2s, roll 1s. Wounds on 4s. 1. Saves on a 2. Yep, fine. Okay, so the charge phase. They cannot fail. They are in. And then the champion chasing the Inceptor. 3. That's definitely a fail. He's not in. Okay, so we are going to start with the Talon Master. He gets D3 extra attacks for 3 again. He is vicious, this guy. Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. All hits. So he's done his 4s because his strength has been sapped. So with his power sword, with his relic, he's only the same as their toughness. But he can't fail 6 of them again, can he? Well, he can fail 3 of them. So that's 5. At -3. So 5 saves are 6 up. 2 successful, which kills 3. Then the Atramentar will activate. He has 3 attacks for who he is. 1 for charging. 2 for his lightning claws. He hits on 2 3s. There's 2 is not a hit. Death to the False Emperor. Oh, did I miss Death to the False Emperors before? I may have to go back and check that. Wounding on 5s with a reroll. That was a wound. All 6. -2. I'm not going to have to go back and check. Saving on... Yeah, he's dead. So... At the end of Night Lord's turn 4, they have claimed their enemy objective and their own objective. Sorry, I'm getting quite loud and animated now. They have the center one, but that's 4 points. That's a big 4 points, taking the Night Lords onto 11, leading the Fulminators by 3 points as we go into turn 5, the final turn. The Fulminators have got to score 4 points in turn 4. They've got to take that objective. In turn 5 even. Oh, and then they've got to kill these. Otherwise they'll score it again. Ooh. Ooh, sir. Suit you, sir. I had thought this was all over by the shouting. I am not so sure now. Yep. Okay, so movement. The Librarian has come close and the Hell Blasters have turned round to lay fire into here. It's not an obliterator. The Eradicator has done the same. The Intercessors holding the centre of the table have moved to try and get line of fire. And the fast attack, the 3 remaining Marines, finally reach their target. Let's see what they can do. Okay, first things first. Psychic phase, smite on 6, which happens for 1 damage, taking the Chaos Lord down to 3 wounds remaining. Okay, so the Eradicator is going to shoot at the Chaos Lord. The Chaos Lord has got 1 command point, so in Midnight Clad, he is clinging to the shadows in that building. So these are going to hit on 4s. 1 hit, 1 miss, wounding on a 2, saving on a 4. Saved. Cut the tension in here with a knife, and it's only me here. Okay. The Obliterator's situation is desperate. They are going to overcharge. No, it's -1 to hit. They're going to have to. They're going to have to sacrifice themselves for the good of the mission. It's what the Codex Astartes demands. First guy, 2 hits. Second guy, 2 hits. No, 1 hit, but not dead. Third guy, dead twice. Fourth guy, dead twice. Second to last guy, dead, but not twice. 3 of them fall by pushing the limits, holding down the trigger, building up the plasma, looking like they can take the shot, but then they can't see him. Is that a shadow? Is that him? They hesitate. The power cell explodes. Strength 8, winning on 2s. 3, saving on 4s. Vulnerable save. Failed. 1 wound remaining. Failed. A puff of ozone as he returns, as the teleport Homer fires and he returns to his strike cruiser. And that one passed. But what can we do about the Archimedes? We can fire a crack grenade and 2 bolt rifle shots. Crack grenade. Hits. Wounds. Saves. 2 bolt rifle shots. Can't kill him. Can't kill him. 1 wounds, 1 doesn't. Saves. He lives. Right. Let's come over here. 12 shots from the Outriders. Five hits. Wounding on 4s. 3 wounds. -1, +1, so 3s. 3 wounds. So we lose a guy. Let's say you die and someone else needs to take a wound. Oh, here's one. Excellent. I'll just put it on you. And then 6 shots with the assault bolters. 4 hits. 3 wounds. -1 +1. They all save. Charges. No, there's no command point. In. So it's 11 attacks for the Outriders. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Need another one, please. Let me check that. I'm not sure I've got that right. Yeah, that is right. 2 each, an extra 1 for the Sarge, shock assault, and +2 each for basically ramming speed. They're kind of like orcs. Reroll the 1s, which I did. -1 strength, and they are hitting with the swords, so I'm still applying that. So wounding on 5s. 6 wounds. That's impressive. Saving on 4s. And I completely forgot about the setting to defend and all that stuff here and there. Whoops. Sorry. And what did I just do here? I'm going to have to go back and check that. So that was 4 failed wounds. Finishing this guy off. And I'll make my life easy and take this one. Put it on there. Then 4 attacks from the Intercessor Sarge. Reroll the 1s. 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound. Fails. Kills him. That's nice and neat. 4 died. So they get to strike back. We'll do 2 guys against the Inceptor and... Ooh. Where's he going? He can go against the bikes as well. So there's a few different ones here. So chainsword guy against the bike. 3 hits, wounding on 5s. 1 wound, saving on a 4. No, he takes a wound. Right, the vet has got a chain axe. So his strength's back up to 4, which makes no difference. So he hits twice, doesn't wound. Right, the guy with the bolter is also hitting a bike. Hits twice, death to the False Emperor, which misses, wounding on 5s. 1, saving on that. So now this is easier. We have 6 guys against the champion, the thing. 3 hits, wounding on 5s. 1 wound, saving on a 4. Fails, takes a wound. Okay, so they lost 4 this turn. I think that is everything. Yep, 4 this turn. 7 is pass. Those guys didn't take any casualties this turn. The Hellblasters lost a few this turn, but they're fine. They expected it. Okay, so at the end... Sorry, putting the casualties away. At the end of Fulminators turn 5, they don't score their opponent's objective. They don't score their own objective, but they do score the central objective, giving them 2 points, putting them on 10 points. Now, it's conceivable that these guys could fight them off that objective, so I absolutely am carrying on. Let's do Night Lords turn 5. Okay, a very brief movement phase. The Atramented Terminator has slunk back to the shadows, where he starts preparing the homing beacons for the rest of the attack force. Will he set them in time? Who knows? Will the reinforcements start to arrive? The champion has moved round, and oh no, we have got some pistols, haven't we? A plasma pistol against a bike. Hits. Wounds. Doesn't save. Bike takes a wound. 2 regular pistols against the bike. 1 hit. Doesn't wound. 2 regular pistols against the other guy. 1 hit. No wound. Right, now the champion is going to try and charge. Not with a 3, he won't. So, the Fulminator will go first. This isn't the turn they charged, so they're down to 5 attacks. Rerolling the 1. There, 2 was a miss. Wounding on 5s. Saving on 4s. 1 guy takes a wound. The Inceptor. 1 hit. Doesn't wound. And in return... Death to the False Emperor. 5 wounding on 5s. 1 wound. Saving on a 4. Yes. The Inceptor survives. And then the champ. These are all the same. Or they all are effectively the same. 2 Death to the False Emperors. 6 hits. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds. 2 saves. And the guy with the bolter does nothing. And at the end of Night Lord's turn 5, they score 1 point for their own objective and 3 points for their opponents, making the score 16 points to 10 in favour of the Night Lords. Well, I did not see that coming half an hour ago. What an interesting scenario. You can't neglect your own objective. But so the Night Lords have given the Fulminators the runaround. They have drawn them into where they need them to be. Maybe what they've done is they've managed to place enough beacons to triangulate all the approach vectors and all the positions to the gunships, to the Thunderhawks, to the Stormbirds, so that they can land in this area. Maybe this is planning out the route of a strafing run or an orbital bombardment, and I've just realised I've forgotten an entire unit for the Night Lords for the entire game. Yeah, okay, so the Night Lords have this, and I totally forgot about it until I just said the word strafing run. So the Night Lords were playing with a 140-point penalty. Oh, it's such a nice model, and I totally forgot it. I mean, it would only have got shot down. It always does. But, oh, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. However, maybe it starts to come in now with the Hellblades and the other Hell Talons and starts to carpet bomb the area to clear the approach. Yes, that's it. The Hellblades and Hell Talons. Does that mean I have to buy Hell Talon now? Ooh. Come in and start bombing the area, pushing the Fulminators back, pushing them onto the back foot. And this, against everything I thought was possible an hour ago, is a Night Lord's victory. It just goes to show it really is about the objective. But then I thought I had the objective. But that Chaos Lord just rinsing those Inceptors off there. Goodness me. Anyway, there we go. I wonder what will happen in the next chapter. Ah, dearie me. Well, if you enjoyed that, you might want to consider checking out the channel memberships in the channel in the link below. There's a number of different options there, including level 2 channel members who get an exclusive battle report every week. So a new battle report each Sunday, every Sunday, exclusive for channel members, if that kind of thing interests you. For those people who are interested in it, there's also a link to Patreon below. And on that happy note, I will wish you all farewell, and I will see you in the next one. Stay safe, folks. Bye for now.